Yo, what's up guys? My name is MOONBOY and today we're making dance floor drum and bass. There's a new subgenre emerging in drum and bass and holy sh**, the energy of it is just unbelievable. So, what is dance floor drum and bass? Dance floor DNB combines the high energy of drum and bass with catchy pop-like vocals and melody. But its main characteristic really is its 16th note bass pattern. I first got heavily into dance floor DNB by seeing it live in EDC. I just really love the playful party energy dance floor brings. But it also has other sides to it. It can be heartfelt and melodic. Okay, listening to these songs got me so hyped. Let's begin. Today, we're gonna be learning how to make a full dance floor DNB song from scratch. Drum and bass songs are built on 5 key sections. The intro, this sets the tone and mood. The build up, this builds tension and anticipation. The drop, this is where all the energy that's built up hits at once. The switch, this is the variation that surprises the listener and keeps things fresh. The breakdown, this strips back the elements before bringing it back up. Starting with the intro, let's open up our DAW. I'm using Ableton Live, but you can follow along in any DAW, FL Studio, Logic Pro. We're going to start with the BPM. This is the speed of your track. Let's do 172. Now let's begin by building a map of our song. It's good to think of every section as 8 bars. For the intro, we're gonna be doing a sort of techno, 4 on the floor beat. I'm gonna be using drum samples from my newest pack, Trinity. So 4 on the floor means a kick on every beat. Let's duplicate this by pressing Command D and fill up the rest of the sections. Now for the second section, we're gonna add some percussion. Next, we're gonna add a top loop. All right, this is really dope. Now I feel like the beat is really driving forward. Here are some extra things we're gonna add: crashes, glitch percussion, and impacts. If you're not comfortable building your own drum beat yet, don't worry. You can get started by using a drum loop and then layer sounds on top of it. Once you get a hang of the rhythm and where things are placed, then you can start programming your own beats. Okay, sick. Drum beats for the intro are done. Now it's time to make a sick dance floor DNB bassline. The essence of this sound comes from that driving techno acid bass line. Let's start by opening up our synthesizer. I'm gonna be using Serum. Now the main characteristic comes from a gritty wavetable on the oscillator A. I Can As Kick. It's kind of like a kick wavetable. It's very, very gritty. Very psychedelic. Next is a low pass filter with an automation on the cutoff doing a saw pattern. Now let's play a lower octave on our keyboard. Yeah. Now we can move the wavetable position and find all kinds of different sick tonalities. Next, you're gonna add some distortion, compression, multiband. I'm gonna shave off a little bit of the highs here. Hyperdimension for some width. Now after this point, just adjust these 3 parameters to your liking and you have yourself a nice bass. The LFO, the wavetable position, and the cutoff. Now let's build a bass progression for this synth. Select the area you want to create the MIDI. I'm gonna do these 4 bars right here. Right click and insert MIDI clip. Now we have an empty MIDI clip. We can zoom in by clicking and holding this top view over here. And then if you select the MIDI clip and press Command L, it'll loop. So let's build a sick bass progression. Here's another quick win. If you're not sure where to start with your bassline progression, you can start with just a single note pattern on every beat. Press Command D to duplicate this note. Now once you have these notes laid out, you can start messing around with them, changing a few of them to create a pattern. For example, we can grab these last notes right here, put them up 1. That's a cool pattern. We can spice it up a little bit more. Maybe we can put this one up here. Something cool you can do, you can grab a macro mod wheel right here, add it to the cutoff. You can adjust this however you like. And then once you click this, if you press A, you can automate this to kind of like go up. It's pretty dope. We're gonna add an octave to this second oscillator. Lastly, let's add a little bit of sub. Okay, sick. Now let's play it all together with the lead synths and a heavy beat. Let's make a sick rave synth for Dancefloor DNB. This is the lead pattern I'm gonna use. Now I'm going for a really techno vibe. It's gonna be really simple. We're just gonna have 2 saw waves and a filter. Turn on oscillator B. Add some detune to both of them. The filter. Make sure the B is ticked on so both oscillators are filtered. And then we're gonna throw on some reverb on top. Low cut. And for some extra sauce, you can throw on a phaser and automate it. Sick, now we have a really high energy intro. Now all we need to do is rise it up into the drop. Here's how to create powerful buildups that make your drops hit so much harder. Add progressively faster drums to create energy. Use a high pass filter to gradually thin out the loop, making it feel lighter and airy. Add a pre-drop. Cut out the last bar before the drop and add a unique fill to heighten anticipation. This could be a vocal,
make it bounce,
a synth, or even a drum fill. Or all of them at once for maximum energy. Last step, drop it. Everything leads up to this moment, so we have to make it filthy. Now, to create an energetic DNB drop, I used synth presets and bass loops that alternate almost like they're talking to each other. It's like a robotic conversation. I grouped these into patterns. I like to think of them as an ABCD format. A is the main drop, heavy and all bass. B introduces a variation at the end, adding a fill or melodic element. C brings back the heavy vibe but introduces new basses to keep it fresh. D ties everything together with the bass, melody, progression, and vocal, resolving the energy before dropping back to A. Bass number 1. For this bass, I wanted to hit hard, almost like it's punching through the subsystems. It's deep and low, but I added a touch of noise so it has presence on the high end. I made sure to separate the mids and lows so I can fully maximize the subs power, keeping everything clean and strong. Then I added a second mid-range punch bass. It's almost as strong as the kick. It has a pitch bend, giving it power every time you hit a note. To make the drop feel like it's increasing in energy, I added a higher range wub before leading into a dirty fast bass. And at the end, a nasty re-bass. If you want hard driving presets like these, you can find over 100 serum presets at my newest production suite, Trinity. Trinity comes out mid-October. Download a free teaser in the description below. All right, let's get back to it. Quick win number 3. If layering bass sounds feels too complex, start with just one strong bass sound and duplicate it. You can slightly alter each new bass sound with different EQing or slight adjustments to create a fuller sounding drop without needing anything fancy. This drop is literally like a techno beat, but with DNB drums. The kick skips every third beat, creating a groove to the beat. The snare lands on every second beat, locking in that classic two-step rhythm. For the hats, layering is key to bring that lively dynamic feel. Open hats for groove, fast hats to drive the energy forward, and a crash for powerful impact when the drop hits. Let's copy over the same high energy techno synths we made for the intro, and let's put it in the Switchup Drop. But let's add something to blow people's minds. A heavy bass line on the downbeat. What's giving it that gritty sound is oscillator A is being affected by oscillator B. Using the FM parameter. And the pitch of oscillator B is higher and also giving a harmonic note. So it's altering the sound in a really cool way. And lastly, a low pass filter is cleaning it up. I also have an epic refill at the end as well. This groove has so much energy. So I've always been a fan of that electro pop party vibe from the early 2000s. So for fun, in one of my vocal sessions, we decided to re-record and flip the vibe up. And oh my god, it's such a banger. We decided to finish it, and I wanted to also show you how it's made. I like my beat fast. Now when it comes to vocals, whether it's a sample or an original recording, it's really important to make sure they stand out in the mix. Here's a few ways you can do that. Layering and detuning them. Starting with the clean vocal. I like my beat fast. All you're gonna do is duplicate it, and on the second one, you're going to pitch it down or up. Listen how detuning affects this vocal. I like my beat fast. 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 That sounds so crazy. Now for the detuned version, just adjust how you like it, and you can even adjust the volume. I typically like to make it a little bit less volume. I like my beat fast. I like my beat fast. This is a great way to add width to your sound. I'm gonna group both these vocals so I can put effects on top of both of them. I like my beat fast. Let's add in a reverb, but we're not gonna use it the same way everybody uses reverb. Drag it over here. I like my beat fast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it up to 100% and bring the decay all the way down. I like my beat fast. I like my beat fast. Turn off any input filters and bring the size down as well. I like my beat fast. We're gonna bring up the stereo. I like my beat fast. Turn this to high quality. I like my beat fast. Pre-delay down. I like my beat fast. We're gonna turn the diffuse down a little bit. I like my beat fast. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a wet version and a dry version so we can control how much width we want. So I'm gonna group this, right click, group, click this little button over here, and now this is our audio effect rack. We're gonna add a new chain. This one's gonna be the dry, and this is gonna be the width. So we have the dry version. I like my beat fast. And the width version. I like my beat fast. Play them together. I like my beat fast. And now we can control how much width we want. I like my beat fast. By just changing the volume right here. I like my beat fast. Or here. I like my beat fast. Go a step above this by adding a utility and bringing the width up. I like my beat fast. I like my beat fast. All you have to do is adjust these parameters, and then you get a really, really wide sound. I like my beat fast. I like my beat. I like my beat fast. I like my beat. So now that's before and after this. Before. I like my beat fast. After with the width. I like my beat fast. It makes everything sound more full. You can use this technique on synths as well, by the way. The phone or Britney filter. Starting with an EQ, all you do is add a high pass. If you wanna get with me, if you wanna get with me. And a low pass. If you wanna get with me, there's some things you gotta know. If you wanna get with me, there's some things you gotta know. So sick. Adjust to your liking. If you wanna get with me, there's some things you gotta know. I like my beat fast and my bass down. Make it bounce. Chopping up the first part of the vocal before the phrase. This gives the vocal a really cool feeling, almost like scratching. I also like to throw in a filter sometimes or a reverb. Mixing in effects sounds really cool. Make it bounce. Make it bounce. Try these out for yourself and let me know what you think. I would love to hear them as well. We learned how to build a song from scratch, so now time to put these skills to test. I'm hosting a huge producer contest. Join thousands of producers in a battle to make the best song using my free sample pack. 3 producers will win over $4,000 worth of prizes. MIDI keyboards, M3 MacBook Pro, studio monitors, a complete kit to get started in music production. All right, before we go into the final results, we got our question for the day. What genre do you think is gonna step up this year or the coming year and take over? Here's our comment shout out of the day. Thank you to everybody supporting the YouTube, subscribing, commenting, sharing your thoughts. I really appreciate it. Okay, on to the final results.